With us on the broadcast, Major General V.K. Datta, defense and geopolitical expert. Very warm welcome to you, General Datta. What's your assessment? What's your takeaway? First and foremost, you see, General, there is a psychological war that's going on. Donald Trump says that this is not two equals that are going to be sitting on the table. This is your last chance to come at any kind of a negotiation point. On the other hand, Iran has made it quite clear. We want Lebanese ceasefire. We want the unfreezing of assets before any talks actually take place. And look at the psychological warfare. Just like in football or in any sport, the first team that takes the ground and watches the other team come in. Iran was there last night. The US delegation has only just made its way to the Nur Khan Airbase. What's your assessment, sir?
Yes, Kabir, this is a historical moment. And if we talk about the negotiations, the talks which have happened in the past, one was in June last when the Americans carried out the massive attacks on the nuclear installations in Iran. That was during the talks when they were going on.
Yep.
Second time, they were having talks in Geneva. And once again, during the talks, the attacks started on Iran. And on the first very strike, they were able to knock out the entire hierarchy of the Iranian command, control and leadership. So as far as Iran is concerned, they have had a bitter experience with the Americans that they cannot be trusted, and while they will try to talk with you, they will be carrying a dagger in their hand in the back. So now this is the important and historical meet where the Vice President of America, JD Vance, is going to come personally. And people say that after 1979, this is the first time when the Iranians and the Americans are going to come face to face during a talk. But now when we talk about who's got upper hand, who's at the moment controlling the shots. So I will give all the points to the Iranians.
Okay.
Iranians are the ones which are controlling the Strait of Hormuz. They are the ones who have strangulated the entire supply of petroleum products and energy supplies to
You're absolutely right, General. General, if I may, what do you think is going to be the priority of the first few hours of these talks? Because needless to say, it's going to be very surprising. It's going to be miraculous if something comes out in just 1 day of talks. I think this is going to be a long drawn process. But the first few hours, what do you think is going to be the priority? Donald Trump says it's going to be nuclear ambitions. Strait of Hormuz is very important for the rest of the world. But for Iranians, it seems like it's going to be the ceasefire in Lebanon. So what do you think is going to be the first few off-ramps that are going to be credibly put out in the public domain?
Absolutely, Kabir, you are right. The Iranians' first thing on the table was that before we start the talks, there has to be a ceasefire in Lebanon and you have to defreeze our assets. This is the take given by the Iranians to the Americans that before we start talking, do these two things. So now, have the Americans agreed? I believe that Donald Trump has given his willingness to defreeze the assets. But as far as the Lebanon is concerned, I think the Israelis and the Lebanese are going to have a meeting in USA on Tuesday. But now there is a catch. The Lebanon, when we talk about Lebanon, there is Hezbollah, which is carrying out attacks against northern Israel, and whatever strikes are going on between Israel and Lebanon are done by Hezbollah. Hezbollah is not the Lebanon government. Of course, it's a part of the government in Lebanon. So when we say that there are going to be talks between Israel and Lebanon, are they going to be talks between Israel and Hezbollah? Or are they going to be talks between Israel and the Lebanese government? Because that is not going to give you any results on the ground. Unless the Hezbollah agrees to the ceasefire terms as dictated and agreed by Iran, and they press upon the Hezbollah in Lebanon to stop the attacks, attacks will not stop. And similarly, Israelis are saying that they will continue attacks against Hezbollah because they want to disarm them.
Credible and pertinent points, General. Credible, pertinent points.